Trayvon Martin in Florida, killed by the member of a neighborhood watch, dude named Zimmerman. Shot him, killed him, said he was looking suspicious. The phone call is leaked out. My question to you guys, I'm pretty sure everybody's aware. If you're not aware, go get aware. They had the Million Hoodie March yesterday in Union Square. I was there. Jazz was there. Shout out to Ernest T was there. My question is, what's the right approach when something like this happens? Is marching enough? Do we call for justice? Like, how do we get justice? What's the right thing to do? What's the wrong thing to do? Puffed up tragedy. Unfortunately, it's nothing that we're not used to. That's the biggest tragedy of all of this shit. We're just completely used to and desensitized to the idea of black men getting killed, black children getting killed, shot, stabbed, whatever. I see a lot of people saying there's no need to do anything, nothing ever changes, it's always the same story, like nothing is ever effective. My question to those people is, what is the right thing to do? It's cool to sit there and say like, well, that never changes or this never changes, but what are you going to do?
Trayvon Martin's situation is very, very unfortunate. Whether people deem it as, as a racial thing or, however, it's still a senseless killing. A 17-year-old kid is dead now when he just went to the store to get some snacks.
Telling us what you're not going to do, still not doing anything. The guy's still not locked up, by the way. They have not locked up Zimmerman, and he has a history with the cops, assault.
No one's asking anyone to turn into an activist. No one's asking to give up your day job, go to Florida and protest. Me personally, when stuff like this happens, I just like to make myself aware of what's going on, why it happened, what could have caused it, how do you prevent it happening to you and yours, and that's about it. I mean, as long as you're doing something, I signed a petition. I'm not saying you gotta scream out, fuck the police and all this other nonsense. Cause more awareness for the situation. And I'm not, I'm not an activist. I'm not gonna be an activist either.
Neighborhood watchman reacted, he jumped. He should be, persecuted, he should be done. He should be under the jail for that.
But it is a shame that stuff like this keeps happening.
So. Awareness is like the first step. Yeah. That we have to take. Had we had to be the generation that had to not take the bus and walk to work, we would have not been where we are today. Like, we are a lazy generation. And because of social media, I mean, it helps too, because a lot of people had no clue what it was about, but went to the hoodie march thing because of Twitter, because friends and tweeting and whatever. So I just feel like the first thing is just awareness and then picking what you can do to make a difference.
I was actually looking at Twitter and all the Instagram pictures. Very exciting to see just everyone coming together.
Now that we're a little bit more educated, now that we have the internet that lets us reach masses, we have more tools. We need to become a little bit more vocal and take more action in these.
And people even at work that couldn't go to the march, everyone standing, with the hoodies and just speaking on it. Some might say that that's not doing anything, but to me, it was a powerful movement. A lot of people involved, caused the trickle-down effect.
It happens all the time. I am from North New Jersey. They die all the time in shootings and whatever. I just feel like you have to take action somehow. The hoodie, the march thing, that was really cool.
You do what you feel is necessary. And if you feel what you're doing is enough and it's necessary to the cause, then that's fine.
Whatever you choose to do, I hope you do your part, whether it's signing a petition, whether it's marching, whether it's sending Skittles to the police captain in Florida.
But don't shun people or don't be negative because they're not reacting.
Whatever you choose to do it right and do it respectfully.
By not reacting, it's not a disrespect because they didn't react. It's just something they chose not to do. Because you didn't react to certain other things that they may have reacted to. So either or doesn't make you a better or worse person. And I think that's where we get so caught up, like, why aren't you mad about this? Or why aren't you doing anything? It's no one's job to do anything. But, it is right. There's certain things, certain people should speak up on. And if you choose to, then that's great. If you choose not to, that's fine too. But don't bitch and complain when shit doesn't change.
My only thing is, if you're not going to do nothing, shut the fuck up. I can't stand it when people, like, the first thing out their mouth is, like, all the negative stuff.
Point fingers, or they don't offer a solution.
Yeah, or they try to make the people who are feeling some kind of way about it, they pull the rug out from under them. And my father used to always tell me, don't ever pull a rug out from under a man unless you got something else for him to stand on. What good are you doing? Like, by talking that shit, you're not doing any good. You're not helping anybody. You're not helping you, you're not helping them, you're not helping the cause. Like, if you know you're not going to go out there and get busy, shut the fuck up. If people are going to go out there and get busy, they don't need to hear you telling them that them getting busy isn't going to do anything. Yeah. Leave those people alone and let them cook. If you're not going to get involved, that's your right and that's your prerogative. Doesn't necessarily make you a bad person, doesn't make you a great person. You just are there. Just let the momentum roll. Get involved where you feel you can get involved, like you said. I completely agree with that. But if you're not going to do nothing, don't make it uncool for people who want to get involved and do something. Just shut up.
I think Twitter highlight what people are not doing or whatever, and it's like,
which kills me.
It's like, all right, if they don't want to become vocal about Trayvon or Coney or whatever, then that's fine. Like, if they want to keep talking about whatever they talking about, that's let them. It ain't your job to, patrol who says what.
And that's not actually going to make them get up and
it don't make you look no better neither.
Especially if you're not doing anything.
Yeah.
Especially if while you pointing at, somebody for not doing anything,
to be honest, there's a lot of people who do stuff. They just don't
talk about it. Yeah.
Yeah, be that person.
I'm only saying this, and if we never did this debate, like, no one would have known. But like, I signed a petition. I did my research, but I'm not on, on Twitter like, yeah, I did my research. And did you sign it? I signed it because I wanted to. I'm not no activist now.
It is an unfortunate situation, but they have that stand your ground law in Florida, which means you can use weapons in a public place if you feel threatened. You don't scream help like that when you pose a threat to somebody.